Hey, real quick before we get into this video, but do y'all see this shoulder vein right now? Do y'all see this shit? Y'all see that shoulder vein, right? Oh my god! I look monstrous. Alright, so anyways, boys, today's video topic: drugs, sex, and gangs inside Rikers Island prison. Informer by Vice. Stop messing around with me! Stop messing around! Pay attention! Fuck!
I was a
Hold on, she's kind of a baddie.
correction officer at Rikers Island for 2 years. Rikers Island is an island with 9 jails that house inmates awaiting trial. There's been multiple occasions when I've been touring and an inmate will pull his penis out, will masturbate. They would set fires in their cell.
Yeah.
You can be walking doing your tour and all of a sudden urine or feces is thrown at you.
I saw an Instagram video of that happening to like a officer, and like the dude straight up just had his hands full of his own of his own shit, and just threw it at the correctional officer. And I feel so bad for correctional officers. Like, dude, like they should get paid more, just like public school teachers, except for the ones that want to transition kids.
The inmates are in there for murder, rape, domestic violence, burglary, robbery.
Now, if you don't know, Rikers Island is off the coast of New York City, so a majority of the crimes committed in New York City, those criminals would go down to Rikers would go over to Rikers Island. And, New York City, New Yorkers, I mean, that's like a GTA lobby if you've ever seen.
An island filled with gangs.
Yep.
That
no
are
surprise.
Constantly trying to kill each other.
That's prison, baby. What the fuck?
Almost all of them have.
I mean, like, I've never been into prison before, ever in my life. I've actually never even been in, like, a real fight before, to be honest with you. Just just almost like close, like really close like fights, but other than that, then nah, I've never had an actual fight before.
Weapons, knives, or sharp objects, officers would be assaulted daily. It can range from a broken nose to a broken eye socket, broken bones, broken ribs. There's no limit to what these inmates would do to you. We are at a time where the inmates are running the prison. There is definitely officers accepting bribes.
Of course they're accepting bribes. How else do these prisoners get 70-inch TVs and 2 large pizzas and a set of wings? Like, come on now.
I was hired to provide custody, care, and control of the inmates. The system has definitely failed everyone involved. The inmates, the officers, everyone.
Wait, everyone? Not the...
involved is suffering. 60 people.
So, like, how about the officers suffering? I don't just what. Okay, whatever. I mean, like, I know the for like the juvenile and like the prison systems. I know for my research personally, I've never personally experienced it, of course. So this is only coming from my point of view of watching other people tell me what the fuck is going on. Is that apparently like the prison system fails the prisoners and even the young kids. Even before they even go to prison, I mean, like even in schools and shit, it's just like they're failed, and they're just set up just to be in prison.
Your cop
Crazy.
Would side with the inmate before they would side with you. They're worried about that publicity because they're trying to keep certain things under wraps. Drugs is very rampant. There's K2, fentanyl, marijuana, any drug basically you could think of, they probably have it.
Definitely. I mean, there's no surprise there, bro.
The value of any drug in jail is worth much more than it would be worth on the outside.
Yep.
Maybe like 5 times more. There is definitely officers accepting bribes. Not only officers, but civilians bring it in as well. The people who are in charge of programs, doctors, nurses, During the pandemic, visits were suspended, so they weren't getting them through visits. Some of them are scared. Some of them do it for the money. On Rikers, the alcohol is called hooch. And what they would do is save their fruits, and they would ferment the fruit. They would mix it with hot water and sugar, and they would let it sit there. And then they would get drunk. They would become very touchy-feely. Then they would become aggressive.
Wait, so they would get drunk off of doing something with the fruit? How the fuck do you do that? What? They're just getting drunk off the fruit? How they make alcohol in it? They're making alcohol. I mean, if like you sit around long enough, you're gonna find a way to do it. Bro, they must have a lot of time on their hands if they're really sitting inside Rikers Island making alcohol. They have too much time on their hands, bro.
And then they would...
Like, shouldn't they be making license plates or something?
Start fighting each other, start arguing. It would just lead to disaster.
Yep, ignorant shit.
I remember the first time that an inmate masturbated in front of me. I was feeding them through the feeding slot. Once you open their slot to put their tray, they would like put their penis in the slot. I screamed, and the other officers on the floor was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "He's masturbating." And they were like, "Oh, he does that to everyone."
Oh, you must have met Jim. Yeah, yeah, he does that to everyone. Don't worry about it.
I felt violated. I felt disrespected. I felt scared. I remember being scared to do my tours. There was a time in the building that I worked where an inmate got into the A station where a female officer was. He was able to rip her duty belt off, rip her pants off. Thankfully, an officer was able to come and help her. He was being held for rape. I believe his intentions were to rape her.
I mean, if he's ripping her pants off, what do you think? Okay, bro. Hey, bro, look at her mask closely, bro. Just look at the eye holes. Do you see those long ass eyelashes? You know, within the eye holes and shit. Just look at them shits, bro. Cause that's what Sneakos talks about.
They suggested that we wear Spanx underneath our uniform for just in case. It shouldn't be a just in case. Am I gonna go to work today and is my belt gonna be ripped off? Some of the inmates are used to the pepper spray, so it does nothing to them.
They've been pepper sprayed so many times that like their body has, that like their eyes have just adjusted to like the pepper spray, so now they could just stand there and just, yep, go ahead. I could just take this shit. Go ahead, spray me, nigga. Spray me. Do it. I want you to. Do it. Spray.
And then there's others that threaten you. If you do use your spray, I'm gonna cut you. You're in a position.
I mean, they're partially blinded. They can't cut shit, but okay.
Like, do I spray and get cut, or what do I do? There's some of your captains are there just to tear you down. If you report something, or you get into an incident, they want to know, what did you do wrong? What did you not do to prevent it? You're more likely to end up in jail being a correction officer than you would as a civilian.
So the inmates run the asylum. Is that what you're saying? Society.
On the street. Suicide attempts on Rikers are pretty common. It breaks my heart. They are humans, and they do have families that love them and are waiting for them to come home. It's just sad. Typically, if there are about 50 inmates to one officer, the job was so draining that I would literally come from work and sleep until my next shift the next morning. Then the pandemic hit, and that's when I actually started getting stuck. That's 16 hours back to back. My coworker called me from the jail. She's like, I'm on 24 hours.
Bro, I would have quit. The fuck, like, nigga, put your damn dick away. Just smack the tray with his, just smack his dick with the tray. Then
they won't let me leave, and they're saying if I walk off the post, I'm gonna get suspended. You're on post for 24 hours, and then a fight breaks out, and they expect you to do everything right.
They expect you just to turn into Superwoman, huh? Just break up the entire fight, man. Fuck it, bro. Just bring out the rubber bullets with, just bring out the shotguns with like the rubber bullets, bro. Just fuck it.
You're supposed to still do your duties to the best of your ability. I have seen female officers terminated for having relationships with the inmates. There has.
You see what I'm saying, bro? Like, how does that even happen, really? I mean, it's just, how? How does that happen? I never truly understood that. How are you as a female correctional officer, why are you having relationships with these crooks and criminals? There's something off about them. There's something off about the female correctional officer. See, do you see what I'm saying, bro? See, now, I do believe that being a correctional officer, that's a man's job. That, like, it should only be men, to be honest with you. There shouldn't be a female correctional officer, straight up. Only men, I swear.
Incidents where officers have been impregnated by inmates.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because of shit like this. You feel me? Like, fuck.
Once you start a relationship with an inmate, or once you say yes to them once, you can't say no. Because you're locked in. You're trapped at that point. I didn't have a coping method. I had chest pain. I've had colleagues died from heart attacks. I remember thinking, I'm 21 and I'm gonna have a heart attack. I hit rock bottom. I actually tried to quit like 3 times. They would always convince me to stay.
Tried to quit? Sweetheart, we must be 2 different people then, because I would have, like, said, fuck this job and just walked out straight up and just let the prisoners run amok. It's like, nah, I probably would have been arrested if I did that.
I remember getting to a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. Just give me the paper to sign and I'm done. I remember still feeling that chest pain for probably up to 5 months after I quit, until it went away. Right after me, hundreds of people were quitting. If I can talk to an officer that was looking to join corrections, I would tell them, don't do it. It's not worth your quality of life. It's not worth your mental health. And until there is some sort of structure and
shit, bro. I mean, like, you probably have to, you feel me? Like, you probably have to become, like, either get the military involved, get some Marines in there and just be very inhumane and just keep the prisoners in there forever, or, like, I mean, something has to change over there at Rikers Island, bro. I mean, shit, you're, like, in, like, a concrete cage, and you're not in, like, the concrete jungle anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you were committing your crimes at, was in the concrete jungle. Now you're in a concrete cage surrounded by other gorillas. It's a fucking banger right there, bro. Like the video, man. Like the video!